Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Go Pikachu. This is part 4, and this guy is a coach trainer. Now these are like, I forget what they were called in Sun and Moon, but Sun and Moon had these trainers on like, I think it was just on some routes, where like, if you beat every trainer on that route, and then went back to them, they would fight you, and they'd be like a harder trainer. This is kind of what this is like. Except you don't have to beat everyone on the route before you fight them. You can just fight them right away. Like coach trainers are like all over this game, and usually their strategy involves being a degenerate and using like this one really powerful move over and over again. But then when they beat you, or when you beat them, they give you a TM of that degenerate move. So it's kind of nice. They're actually like tough trainers to beat compared to like the other trainers on the route and just in general. Obviously we're not doing too well because our moves aren't good against Bulbasaur. I think I'm gonna swap the Pidgey. I don't know. I should. Yeah, okay. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, swap into the Pidgey, which should hopefully be able to deal with this Bulbasaur. I always like how Pikachu like runs back to you, because obviously he doesn't go in a ball. So I think it's kind of funny that they do make him run back. Like I hope they incorporate a lot of that stuff into like the next game, where like you can pick which Pokemon means more to you than like the rest. I don't know. I understand that they have to like, I guess it's easier for them to just give you the Pokemon. Like, it's your starter, there you go, you only love this one. But then like, I don't know, it'd be kind of cool if you had like the choice to pick which Pokemon that you like loved. Because there's some very obvious favoritism. And it's just not cool. The other Pokemon get jealous. I'm sure they do. I'm not really sure what this degenerate move is. It might be Leech Seed? I don't think it's Leech Seed. But maybe this one doesn't have one, but a lot of them do have like a degenerate move that's like really good, and then they just spam it constantly, and then they give it to you once you beat them. But now that we just defeated his Bulbasaur, let's see what we get. A whole bunch of experience. Pikachu got more, which I wasn't too sure about, but I think it might be because he's closer to me than the Pidgey, because I think that's a thing in X and Y at least. Oh, in this game he just gave us a revive. I mean, this one just gave us a revive. Most of them give you TMs. This guy's so degenerate, he doesn't give you a move. Yeah, I know in like X and Y at least, if you were like, if your friendship was higher with a Pokemon, they'd get boosted EXP. So I guess they have that in this game, which makes sense that Pikachu would get more EXP compared to the Pidgey. But here we go. Obviously, like all routes, there are a bunch of trainers that we have to fight. And here we go. So I think with editing this, what I'm going to start doing is, when I'm being a degenerate in towns and talking to a lot of NPCs, I'm probably going to speed that up. Because in the last part, that obviously went on for a little bit too long. I don't know. See, while I like talking to the NPCs, and I'm going to keep doing it, in this game at least. Obviously that might not make for fun watchability, so I'll speed through those if I feel like they're taking a long time. What I'm gonna try and do is try and keep parts to like generally 20 minutes, so sometimes I might edit trainer battles to like speed them up if I feel like they're lasting a while, or I might leave them in as like full length. I'm gonna kind of just, there's gonna be no like set pattern to it apart from wild Pokemon. I'm always going to if it's a Pokemon I haven't caught before, I'll leave it in. If it takes a while, I'll speed it up, or I don't know. Wild Pokemon will have some cuts here and there. Will be cut. All Pokemon that I've like caught before will have a cut to, like, from start to the end. Like, there will be no middle. And then you'll see like the XP I get and stuff like that. And then And then I think what I'm doing for wild Pokemon, if I haven't caught them before, is that I'm either speeding through them if they take a while. I guess I might be cutting too, actually. I'm not really 100% sure, because I've been, like, editing a whole bunch of what I've had. So I'm kind of, like, just losing track of what I'm actually doing. But I guess, for the most part, episodes are going to be kept to, like, 20 minutes. So cuts might not be too consistent, I guess. So, like, while in one part I might cut a trainer battle short, or, like, speed one up, I might not do it again for the next one in the same episode. I'm kind of just going to take it as it comes. Generally, I want to keep the episodes to about 20 minutes, and I think I'm doing pretty okay with that so far, with what I've edited. Obviously, I think with the ones I've uploaded, they're all like 20-21 minutes, but I think I'm doing okay with it. So here I am, getting a Nana Berry from Nidoran. Thank you very much. Very nice of you. So, we actually passed it, I think, but along this route, maybe you can even do it in this patch of grass, actually. You can actually find Charmander. This is where, like, Charmander's rare spawn is. So if you want to go for, like, a shiny Charmander, or just want a Charmander in general, or if you want to catch your own Charmander, you can come here and do that. Obviously, it's the same as, like, Bulbasaur, like I said in the last part. You need to have a chain going, and all that stuff. So we are catching a Sandshrew. Sandshrews pretty cool. I like Sandshrew. Pidgey leveling up. I forgot I had Pidgey in the first slot, actually. Also, I think it's like really weird how like they do like Nidoran and Nidorina are like how like their genders are like in their name. I always thought that was like kind of weird. You want to just have the gender icon like every other Pokemon. It's very weird. This guy's really tired. Is this another coach? It is another coach trainer. This one might give us a TM. Maybe the first one was just different because he was the first route coach trainer. But before we get to Mount Moon, this guy wants to give us a quick battle, so why not? Oh, I remember. This one does give us a move. This one isn't too bad. He's not as degenerate as some of the later ones. I mean, he's actually still just as degenerate because he does spam that one move over and over again. But he's not as bad as the other ones because it's pretty early in the game, so he's not too difficult. So I figured we would not use Pikachu or Pidgey. We can actually use someone else. We're going with that Nidoran male. Because Meowth is a normal type, so we just give him that double kick. It should hopefully be enough, but it's doing okay damage, doing okay. One more he should be dead. So obviously the move that the Meowth is spamming is Payday, which spoilers, that's the move he's gonna give us. But this is literally what these coach trainers do most of the time. They have one move and they just spam it over and over and over again. Like, sometimes it can be really annoying. There are some of the later ones that are really going to get on my tits. And I can't wait for those. They were not fun at all. But obviously with that, no, we absolutely destroyed the Meowth. And we get Payday, just like I was saying. But I don't really like Payday as a move. Obviously it's good if you want more money. But money isn't hard to come by in this game. It's very easy to come by. And I'm skipping quite a few trainers in the process. So this guy's telling us how you can ride on certain Pokemon, Onyx being one of them. Being able to ride Pokemon, I think, is such a cool thing. Like, yeah, it's really cool. You can have like the Pokemon follow you around and stuff. And, like, I really do love that. And the fact that you can like pick whichever one you want, doesn't have to be the first Pokemon in your party. You can like pick whichever from your party. I think it's really nice. If you know how to ride one of your Pokemon, it's absolutely amazing. I love that so much. So this guy's talking about Nasty Team Rocket. See, I wasn't sure if this is the same NPC as the one from the previous town. Oh, the one from Pewter City. I think he just looks the same, just like how a lot of the Pokemon, how like a lot of the NPCs just like look the same, like in the same like class or whatever. But yeah, I guess he's like different. They're probably like all a part of the same like organization, if anything. But yeah, I wasn't sure if that was like the same dude. But this man decides to sell us a Magikarp for an outrageous 500 Poké Dollars. Obviously no refunds because he thinks he's scamming us, but little does he know, that Magikarp will become a beautiful swan. It is actually possible to get a shiny Magikarp from that guy. I did see a post about it on Reddit. But that would be full odds, which is, I guess, is not really something you want to do. That you could soft reset for him. But, eh. I thought this was cool with the Jigglypuff, because I actually do remember that being in the original game. I think it was in the same Pokemon Center. I didn't think it was, but I'm pretty sure that was in Pokemon Yellow. I just wasn't sure if that was in the same area. So, cool little detail before we get into the cave or Mount Moon that I'll point out in just a second. Here I am changing the party up. So, I was thinking about using Magikarp and the Bulbasaur. Just finally decided to bring those in. So that should be good. But I just now noticed this when I was like recording. There is a Meowth on top of the entrance of the cave, which is pretty funny considering this next cutscene. So here's Jesse and James are very mad at Meowth because he was supposed to be keeping watch, but he was snoozing at the entrance, which was it's really funny because like I'd watched someone like I watched a couple people's streams and they got to this point, but I didn't notice the Meowth until like I got here on my like own playthrough. And, I don't know, it's it was cool. So thankfully the teaching us finally how to catch Pokemon, even though we've been catching Pokemon this whole time. I don't know why they decided to show that right now. As if we just don't know. But Zubat, while he's not as annoying in this game, because you can't just constantly run into them, they're annoying to catch. Like, I definitely have a few problems with the motion controls in this game. Like, it feels like once a Pokemon's gone to, like, the left or the right side, I might as well just give up until they come back to the center, because trying to get the ball to go to the left or the right actually just feels like Mission Impossible sometimes. Sometimes I feel like I figured out a way of doing it, but then I try it again and then it just doesn't work. So like I really just don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Like I feel like I'm doing something wrong, but I really just don't know. But obviously because this is a new area for us, or for me, means plenty of new Pokemon, so I'm gonna be stopping to catch a bunch of them. So obviously I want to fill the Pokedex and I want to complete my living dex. So like, while I'm playing through the game, I'm not gonna be like actively trying to complete the living dex. I will be catching multiples of Pokemon, like Geodudes and stuff, but like, I'm not gonna be training them or anything just yet. And I'm not, if there's like a rarer Pokemon, like, I'm not gonna go catch multiple Bulbasaurs or like Charmanders or Squirtles and then like evolve one of them and then, you know, evolve one of them twice. I'm not gonna do all that just yet. That's for like I'm gonna do a lot of post game stuff, or like I'm gonna save that for the post game. So that should be fun. I think I did mention that before, but just in case I didn't mention, like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I did mention that before, to be honest. I don't know. But here we go, first trainer battle in the Mount Moon. Then you have a Butterfree, which is quite nice. Butterfree looks very nice in this game. Oh, that is one thing. I do really wish they had like, I wish they had other generations, not just because I want like more Pokemon in the game, just so I want to see what they would look like. Look, every time like, I guess I felt this more before I played. While I've been playing it, I actually felt like I haven't felt the need for more Pokemon. Like it's actually been pretty nice with just like the first generation. But before, I was always like, damn, I really wish I could just see what like a Torchic looks like, follow me, or like a Cumbuskin or a Blaziken, Swampert, like Macargo, Breloom, like Metagross. I can't even imagine what that would look like. I'd love to ride a Salamence. That'd be so cool. I don't know. There's definitely a lot of potential with Generation 8, I feel like. If they don't keep the Pokemon like in the overworld, like not only them following you, like this look at the Magikarp, like they can't get rid of this. It looks so funny. Like I didn't actually know what Magikarp looked like when he followed you until like I picked it there, because I just had no idea what to expect. So it's like, let's give it a look and just see what happens. And he just like flops around and like goes around you. And I don't know. I think it's so good. It's just funny. And like he goes really fast too. Like he goes ahead of you. I don't know, it's so good. But yeah, like I hope they keep the Pokemon following you, like any Pokemon following you. Generation 8. The overworld Pokemon battles, I think, is so much better than what like random wild encounters. Like, I don't know. I feel like the systems in this game are just actually an improvement. People like rag on the difficulty of this game, and like I was too at first. And like the early game is pretty like easy. Like the mid to late game, I've been like, it's been more of a struggle than I expected. The game's not really like as face roll as I was expecting. Like it does have there is a curve to it. Like a difficulty curve, so I don't know. I think people are underestimating this game a lot, and I was one of them, to be fair. I was very on the fence about this game at first, but I'm so glad I got it. And screw this dude. He's telling us we're trying to sneak up on him. I was trying to sneak around him, and then he turns and looks at me. Like I don't think that's fair. He looked at me and I get the blame. I was trying to sneak around him so we didn't have to do this, but no. He had to look at me. He's got a Grime. Grime is pretty nice. Well, sort of. Like, look at him like dripping. I just now noticed that. He's like dripping like Grime everywhere. That's really neat. Like, we have some sort of idea of what, like, Generations 1, 2, and 3 would look like in 3D. Like, before this game even came out, with, like, Coliseum XD and, like, Stadium and stuff like that. Just, like, the models just look so good in this game. I don't know. I love it. The only, like, big thing I don't like, or, like, have like, a problem with, is some of the animations for the moves and battles are just absolutely awful. Like, if anyone's seen Dig, they will know what I'm talking about. I think Dig's the best example of how bad they kind of are at times. But like there are some really good animations too. Like Surf, I think, is really good in this game. Which we'll see much later, or if anyone's seen it themselves. I don't know. Like Surf's like really good, and you have stuff like Dig. For anyone who hasn't actually seen Dig, all it is the Pokemon literally stands there, stands perfectly still, and then suddenly they just kind of like drop into the ground. There's no animation for them digging. They just sort of go down, and I don't know how to like describe it. It looks so weird. It just looks so wrong. I don't know. I will be using Dig quite a bit later on, so like in later parts we'll see it. But I don't think I have anyone with Dig right now, so yeah, this Clefairy, this really goes into what I was talking about with the motion controls, where they're just abysmal when it comes to like going to the side. Clefairy is one of those Pokemon that likes to jump around a lot. And like I was just having so much trouble going to the right, like, and then I try and go to the right and it goes to the left. Like I just don't get it. Like I'm literally swinging. I'm swinging to the right and it goes to the left. Like, what is that about? I just don't get it. I really don't. This is so annoying. Sometimes. Like it can be. But, either way. It's okay. We got it. So, no biggie. We eventually got there. And we got quite a few levels up. So we got like 4 levels. But yeah, with that Clefairy quote, that would actually be the end of this part of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did stick around, there's more coming very soon. Goodbye.